Hello and welcome to today's video. We've got a ton of new makeup, a crap ton of new makeup to test out. So I'm not gonna waste any time. The sun is shining bright in today's room. I just took a little afternoon nap, so you know it's Saturday. I'm getting a little lines on my face, but I do have my second coffee of the day. I didn't take my first sip because I wanted you guys to see how freaking cute this is. Look, it's like a, oh my gosh, is it even gonna focus? No, it's not. Look at it. It's a little octopus on the straw. Isn't that freaking adorable? I picked this up today, so I had to try that straw out. I just thought it was so freaking adorable. So cute. Anyway, this little shop had a bunch of them. So what we've got in today's agenda, bunch of stuff here still from the Sephora savings event, the very last day I placed an order and I just haven't tried it on. And today I went to Ulta and spent too much money on a bunch of new releases that I had my eye on. So some of them are a little bit newer than others. Let me run through it quickly, what I picked up. So Sephora launched a bunch of new stuff, bunch of new blushes. They even talked like a matte one that was a liquid blush that I passed on. But these colorful blushes, they've been in, I think, Europe and Asia for a little while, but came to the US pretty recently, especially like before the savings event. So I picked up two of these. They're glimmery. Then there's a blush trio here. Yes, I already broke into it. Here it is, something a little peachy. I like that they have this little flap on it. I'm dying to try that. These are two more of the new releases of the Gloss Balm Oil and then the Gloss Balm Stick in the high shimmer finish. Yes, I picked up two more shades of each. If you know, you know. I re-upped on a Sephora liner, which I won't be doing. This is the waterproof black liner, but oh my gosh, you guys, getting Sephora stuff during the savings event is the way to go. And they had an 8-hour colorful transfer proof lip liner, so I picked up one of these. This is new because I think they have like the colorful liners that were like really super duper creamy, but super transferable. So this one is supposed to be transfer proof. I picked up this for myself. I don't think this is that new. The Blurry Gloss Balm from Basma. Okay, we're really bright in here today. Brand new loose powder from YSL. Ooh, and Morphe dropped some stuff. Guys, I don't know when the last time I tried a Morphe thing was outside of their blush. Because I can't help it. But they launched some new trios. These are kind of like the one size ones. But I couldn't decide on a shade, so I got two. One more pink, one more peach. Because if you know, I love gold shimmer in a peach blush, so I had to get two shades. Plus they're only $19, so there's that. Anyway, the bronze color infusion from Mercier. Smashbox dropped a plump and glow lip gloss. By the way, this is a tingly plumping. It's not like a burn your face off type of plumping. This was for myself because I've been wanting to try these, the Pillow Bombs from Too Faced. It's just the lip treatment. Yes. I got two of the Glaze on shadows from Urban Decay. You better believe we're trying both of those suckers. Morphe had a new concealer. It's actually part of their like color correcting line. They have like 4 color correcting shades and then what are traditionally concealer shades. This is the under eye correcting concealer. Okay, wake up. And then, believe it or not, the guy at Ulta, okay, I have a room full of makeup, but he managed to talk me into a highlighter when I was looking at the new Benefit Bronzing Balm. By the way, I would not recommend. The latest shade looks like this, okay? Looks like this color. And I was like swatching it like, no, that we don't do all that. Like I get you're going for cool and you're trying to do light, and then the next shade up, which is the original shade, whoop, way too dark. So no, he talked me into Tickle from Benefit, you guys. Look at her. I mean, I have Cookie, okay, but Tickle, oh, this feels loose in here. It's jiggling. Oh God, it is loose. It's coming right out, brand new. Well, anyway, Tickle. Oh, maybe we'll use it. I don't know. That's it. Let's go. Okay, I just threw my brows on pretty quickly, and it's like literally the worst shade match for my natural brows, but it's like a little bit red, so it kind of matches my hair. I mean, like in the depth, but guys, it's like the pencil that I have up here, she's killing me. Rare Beauty, no, this is not the right shade, but there's still so much left. It was on my filming station, so I'm like constantly reaching for this in case you guys ever wonder why my brows are so freaking dark. Anyway, I have the fan on because it's incredibly hot upstairs. You know, we're breaking record temps out there. Can't help it. Gotta have it on or I just can't film. Look at these marks on my face. Hello. I have already set my eyes. We're gonna go straight into the Glaze on shadows. Glaze liquid shadows from Urban Decay. I want to look up for you guys how many shades there are. I think there's 4 total and I got 2 shades. I couldn't help it. No, there's more than that. There was only 4 in store, but there is 6 total. And I saw these drop and I was like, not even remotely interested. Don't need another liquid shadow, but you know how Urban Decay do. Urban Decay does some really good shadows. Anyway, I swatched all 4 of them in stores and some of them are a little shifty and that's not like necessarily my thing when it comes to a liquid shadow. So these 2 shades are like the traditional kind of lighter sparkly shades. I got Space Cowboy Intense and Sugar Twist, which is a lighter, I don't know, it's like almost like a peachy shade with like gold in it. These do retail for $26. They come with like a little brush that you can apply them. We are going to put both of them on the eyes and we might just leave it. Who the heck knows? I have set my eyes, like hoping their packaging is always so wild. Their eyeliner has this like top like this too, you know, like this. You're supposed to use it like a pencil. You like hold your hand like this. Anyway, these look really cool. I mean, like they're nice design. They're cool to look at. Like aesthetically, they're pretty. They're gonna be like difficult to store because you're gonna need like a long tube to put them in, but you know, who cares if they're good. So here's the brush tip. Now it's actually like fibers. It's like hairs. It's like full on hairs. So I recommend that you like wipe these off, and I'm just gonna say that right now because the ones in stores were like hard, and I was like trying to swatch them and I was like, oh, that's freaking disgusting. And then also, what do you do when the product like gets to the bottom? You know, that's my only concern with this, is that they're making it cute, but it doesn't go all the way down, you know, and it's like a liquid shadow. So how are you supposed to get it when it doesn't have a doe foot? Like, I don't see this coming out. It's a beginner friendly built-in brush that makes it easy to apply the shimmer shadow. It applies in seconds and lasts up to 15 hours, but it quite genuinely doesn't say in how to use. You know, if you run out of what, you can't take this off. It's like attached, so you have to get your own doe foot. You know, like what are they thinking with this? Because it only goes down so far. So what do? Shake it? Like that doesn't seem right. Something in here is not right. If I have to shove my own doe foot, oh, I didn't even swatch this applicator in there, I'm not gonna be happy. See, I'm not even getting that much, you guys. They're fabulous, but the packaging just doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. I mean, okay. All right, there is, which one did I do? Space Cowboy Intense. So it's like legitimately the liquid version of Space Cowboy. I'm not sure I got like the greatest swatch. Like, what do I do here? It's a tiny ass little thing. Yeah, we're just going straight on the lid, okay? We're not, no crease, nothing. We're just throwing this on. That's a lot less intense than I was hoping. Now I can't even get anything out. You guys, you're genuinely gonna have to get your own doe foot for this. Like, it picks up that much every single time. Like, what good is this? I don't know. It's pretty, but can you get it out? No. It's awfully light on the eyes. I know it says Space Cowboy Intense, but it's a lot lighter than actual Space Cowboy, because Space Cowboy has a really nice like orange base to it. Maybe this one will show up a little bit more. This one was in the shade Sugar Twist. But you know, same freaking issue. Are there reviews like, oh, this is amazing? Okay, the reviews are quite genuinely all over the place. Some are like, oh my god, this is the best thing ever. And then, whoa, my product is genuinely all the way down here. Do you guys see it in the tube? Like this black piece goes to about there, and then the shadow starts about there. So I have about half worth the product, and my poor little brush can't really get in there. I'm really confused as to what they were thinking. Look, it's like barely coating the tip, but nobody's talking about the packaging. I didn't even think about this when I picked it up in store. Like, it was coming off fine. You know, if you're like dipping all the way in. Oh, this is not good. They didn't think this through. I mean, I'll sacrifice a doe foot if I like these enough, but I don't know. They're just, look at how not intense they are. I don't think they're gonna crease, but I was hoping for more payoff. Now, did I get 2 light shades? Yes. Is this brush tip very nice? Yeah, I could have done for a doe foot though, you know? Like, I like this way more than I liked it with the liner, because the thing was freaking out here and I couldn't cross my face and do it. I like that it's nice and snug. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I decluttered that eyeliner. Okay. These look almost identical. Okay. My thoughts on this are like, what the like, is there a doe foot in there? No, there isn't. Just in case you were wondering. Unless I'm missing something, I'm shocked. I can't deal with how short this shit is. Oh, I didn't swatch that one. I actually really like this like peachy look, but look how light it was on the eyes. You guys, I'm not even sure I'm gonna get, no, it's toast. The product is so far down there, it's not gonna, is it gonna come up? Maybe if I just stored these upside down? Not liking it. Look how peachy it looks in here. And then there's my little piddly swatch. That's all I could get. Neither of these are worth it. Packaging cute. Usability 4 out of 10. Glitter. I mean, come on, Urban Decay. Where is it? No. not a fan. I am not a fan of that. Sorry, guys. I've actually heard some people say that they're really pretty. I guess if you like something super duper light, that's not me though. Like, what is going on with all that shadow outside? Those trees are going for it. Yeah, too light for 26 bucks a piece. This was $50 of disappointment. That's all there is to it. Should I return them or should I just talk shit? You know what? Let me throw some Balm on while I'm waiting. This I couldn't help myself. Look at the color. Okay. So these come in 7 different shades and retail for $26. Everything's freaking $26 these days. These are not plumping or anything. They're just the hydrating lip treatment. It feels luxurious and comfortable on the lips. It's supposed to replenish, make your lips feel soft, smooth, and plumped with moisture. And I like the shades that they come in. Like, they're a good range, really light to dark. You got purple, and then you got this cool tone blue, which, by the way, I thought might be a dupe to my Marc Jacobs gloss that I ended up having to declutter that was like pink with blue. And this is more like blue with pink in it. So I couldn't, oh, focus. I couldn't like not, like look at how reflective it is. But I figure, you know, we got so many lip products to try on. Oh, what's going on? This, smells delicious. This color would be good to throw on while we get ready. These are nice. They are cushiony, not extremely high shine, but really cushiony. I love colors like this, just like a little bit frosty, but a little bit sparkly. These are tingly. They're not hot plumping, you know, Too Faced and their plumping shit. This doesn't necessarily say that it's plumping, like anywhere, description wise on the box, nothing to indicate that it's like a little bit plumping, but it has a very, very slight tingle, the cooling tingle. So there's definitely something there. I like this lip balm. It's a little goopy though. I just finished up the eyes because we're done. We're done with them. I'm gonna do a follow-up on this and I'm gonna say that I made a little bit of mess because I threw on some liner and I kind of made it thicker where I didn't want to make it thicker. By the way, I used the Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil in the shade Limitless Brown and just did a little baby wing for myself because there wasn't like a lot going on with this shadow. And then I made the mess, so I cleaned it up, and I think cleaning it up with this like was super easy. That's pretty much it. I mean, don't they look like almost the same color? Like if I were to tell you that they were 2 different, I feel like you'd have to like know that because you wouldn't like guess. So getting 2 shades isn't necessarily the way to go. I do like that this one has a stronger base. The Space Cowboy Intense, I feel like it's just as sparkly, but you know, there's more base here. Well, let me do it like this. There's more base on this eye than with this one that looks darker. So I don't know. I still recommend the Space Cowboy over the other one, but I'm telling you guys, this is like, these tips are going to become a problem at some point unless I like store these upside down. I really don't know. So that's that. We do need to put like a little base on, you know, because we're going to be putting on blush and taking off blush and all that stuff. Don't be mad. It's just what I had right here. I'm going to sacrifice my Chanel Ultra Laiton foundation. All right. Okay. We'll just do a dibble dabble. I don't want to put the blush on bare skin. I want to have something on, and I might as well, like, you know, apply it how I would normally apply it everywhere else. I like this foundation in a pretty light layer. Otherwise, I feel like it can be a little bit of a heavier foundation. I want to say that it dries pretty freaking matte, but it goes on nice, you know, nice and creamy. It's just, it tends to get drier as the day goes on. I think I was originally kind of wearing this like in a little bit of a heavier layer than I think it really works well. You know, like the thinner the layer, I find that it just sinks into the skin better. You know, it sits closer to the skin. I feel like it has a tendency to just look super thick. It's kind of a whipped texture, you know, it's not like extremely serum-like. It's pretty coverage. Like, it's really a natural finish, just less is definitely more. All right, we are going to, oops, excuse me, get off me, take off the cheeks. So we're gonna just leave it like that. We're not gonna powder. Look at this line still right here from smashing my face. So let's go into all the blush because we're gonna reapply and reapply. Let's start with these Sephora ones. I got these 30% off. I was very excited for that. By the way, this lip feels so comfortable, very plush. Maybe a tendency to be a little bit thick on the lips. Like if you're laying it super heavy, I think like a thin layer is nice. All right, these guys retail for 14 bucks a piece. They're called the Colorful Blush and Highlighter Glaze. You know how I love a shimmery blush. These come in 5 different shades and I have 2 of them. I have Pink Sunset and then I have Morning Blaze, which is a poppy pink shimmer. And then the Pink Sunset is a peachy pink shimmer. We know that these are gonna have like luminized pearls in them. maybe some sparkles. It's like just a matter of, this one's the peach one. This is just a matter of like, does it emphasize texture? This is freaking creamy, you guys. This has like a really creamy texture to it. It's not dry at all. I found their colorful blushes maybe a little bit on the dry side. Here, I can swatch the other one too. Morning Blaze. I'll give you a close-up on that guy. This one is more hot pink with like what I would consider like orange pearls in it. Is more my shade preference as it comes to like shimmery blushes, but you know, it's kind of hot pink with that like gold in it, which is not like everybody's cup of tea. It's just, it's mine. I have a couple of blushes that are like this and they're some of my favorite. You know, you can usually go in with like a light hand and just make them delicious. So let's actually start out with Morning Blaze and give it a good go here. Did I say Blaze? Yeah, it is Morning Blaze. Okay, I think that's all I need. It's quite pigmented. This is a really fluffy brush, so I don't feel like you need an awful lot. Let me give it the close-up. Just give me a second. All right, I'm not calling these sparkles. I'm calling it a gold reflect inside of like this hot pink color, which I freaking love. You guys, I'm sure I've talked about loving gold inside of a hot pink before. If not, welcome, I'm Carrie. I like gold inside of a hot pink blush. Actually, rather smooth on the cheeks for a blush this tight. Like, don't you think? It's not like overly emphasizing texture. I have less texture on my right side than I have on my left. I have a little bit more here. So, you know, we'll see how it goes with the other one. I think I'm just gonna use the same brush because, I don't know, we're gonna be sacrificing a lot of brushes today. Let's do this one. My silly little mirror is right here. Like, I need to put something here so I can see what the hell I'm doing in front of me. But, yeah, I mean, I guess we can just kind of do like that. How about that? It's not too distracting, is it? And let's test this shade out, huh? Okay, here's my thoughts on this one. This one's lacking a lot of base, so I'm getting mostly sparkle. That's all that's left, is just like this metallicness, and that's not exactly the blush look that I'm going for. This is more like a highlighter. There's very little base happening, like if at all. Oh, and by the way, I'm wearing the Ami Colé mascara. Mine is getting a little bit dry, so I can see it getting a little crunchy, but one of the best volumizing mascaras sold at Sephora. Totally slept on. I hear no one talking about this, but I mean, I love volumizing. It's getting a little dry. I need to re-up. Anyway, I thought I would throw that in there. So this is not for me. Like, this is more of a highlighter. Like, I feel like I'd wear it as a highlighter, but this side, because it lacks base, I feel like it emphasizes a lot more texture than this one does, because that's like all you see, just like legit no color. So I might try this as a highlighter and like it like quite a bit, but it is not a blush. This 100% is a blush that I love and will be wearing as such. I think Fenty has one that's really similar that's double the price of this. This one in Pink Sunset is just a is a highlighter for me. I'm so sorry that like I legit still have that crease. Ooh, don't do that. I'll get sad. The straw is the cutest thing ever. Every freaking time I take off blush and put on blush, like my hair, no matter what I do, it gets blush in it, okay? I'm trying to clean it. I feel like all that came off on that one was legit foundation. Maybe we won't reapply the foundation for this next one. I like to see the blush sit on top of the foundation. That's how I would normally wear it, and I like to see how it does. Let's skip it. Let's skip it for this next one, and let's do this one, the trio here. I have to say, we're gonna probably make it a duo. This retails for $18 and only comes in 4 different shades. I have something orange, obviously. Sunset Chaser? Yes, I do, which is a bright peach blush palette. I just liked this one the best over the other ones because, you know, you've got like a muted berry, like a super deep red, and an orange, and like a bright ass pink. They call it fresh pink, but not for me, and I don't go for that bright. So this would be really the only one that would work for me. They don't have like a neutral or a mauve or anything like that, so I don't know if you like those kinds of shades. I don't think you're gonna get that from this. The cream blush has a radiant finish, an intense matte blush, and shimmery powder one. So yeah, totally matte powder, shimmery powder, and then a radiant finish on the cream side. I love that it's 18 bucks and has a flap over it. Like Sephora usually gives you kind of high quality products, but like the packaging isn't usually high quality. So I don't know, I thought that that was nice that they threw in the cover over this. I think that's gonna be quite freaking handy. I mean, the shimmer isn't like overly shimmery, you know? So it might be nice. It might not emphasize a ton of texture. It's actually not even shimmery at all. Okay, I'll let you guys see They're just lighter shades. That's supposed to be the shimmer one at the bottom, and this one up top is the matte, but it's barely shimmery. It's slightly sheeny, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pounce my brush into both shades to apply this, because that's what I want to do. All right, I changed my mind. I wanted something way more precise because I don't know, it's like it was a little powdery. What the shit is happening? What's going on? I absolutely hate this. Oops, I got a little bit of cream. Get off me. Ooh, I don't like this at all. I hate this shit. What's going on? Let me just go into the matte side and see what happens. See, I don't hate this shit on top of bare skin. It just never looks right on my face. I just don't, what the actual hell is going on? Why am I getting the patchiest application? I know I started with a fluffy brush. I love this brush. For applying blush. This is not even sticking to my face. Oh, no. Nope. In no world would that make sense to apply that many times. I don't like that shit. These were great. Okay, one was great. This is a highlighter, but like this was good. What is going on here? Cream saved the day. Ooh, oh dang, I went in hard. Ooh, let's tap that off. Let's take that back a notch, shall we? Oh boy, shit. Ooh, that's intense. Oh, I went too high too. Ooh, I like my blush intense all the way to my skull. I know that like some people just put it here, but like if I'm not beaming through the whole cheek, what is the point of it? No. Okay, this is intense, so the color is like obvious, you know? We're not getting like this flush of color on the cheeks, if that makes sense. It's a bright ass peach. It's not even peach, it's straight up orange. No, this is actually really pretty on the cream side, I'm not gonna lie. It's glowy. I mean, excuse the fact that I have no foundation on and you can see right through it and there's just like a lot of freckles and my skin tone isn't the same, okay? But it is juicy, but like doesn't overemphasize texture. I mean, I have texture, okay? So if you see it, don't say that I'm not saying that it's there, or don't think that I'm saying that it's, anyway, it's there, but it's a lot less than normal. Sometimes it just looks like massively bumpy. This line needs to quit its shit. Really, it does. Anyway, this is actually really nice. It's bright though. It's so pigmented that I would probably powder afterward, to be honest. The thing is though, you take away the radiance when you do that a lot of times. So like, what is the point? You know? I like I like cream blushes that can lay on top of powder as well. And by golly, they don't all do it well. Okay, well, I like the cream. It's just so freaking bright that I would tone it down. And I've got creams, I don't need to do that. This was not good. Great. You know, it was alright. It was not great. I like the cream. It's just intense. I think we can do better. The powder though, what the hell? It was awfully dry. Remember I told you guys these ones were really creamy and soft? That powder in there is dry as hell. I don't think that I'm done like taking off the foundation yet, because I actually don't know which shade I want to go with the blush just yet. Like I feel like I need to try the cream on one side and the powders on the other, and maybe even like a third swipey swipe for these Morphe. By the way, these retail for $19. I'm just doing this off of memory, and I want to say, and I'll be popping it up on the screen as you know, I think they come in like 6 different color stories, and there is a nude one in there that's also pretty nice. I did swatch it. It's a little bit warm for my liking, but I think they have a good shade range in these, so I was pleased. Here's the giant M on the packaging. My sticker is crooked, but it's okay, you know, it's just a sticker. It's fine. If it's better than Sephora, it'll be okay. Ooh, they're so freaking pretty. Oh my gosh, look at this. The flap is over both. It's over the cream and it's over the shimmer one, which I don't think is a cream. I think that's a powder, right? Anyway, this one is the peachy one in the shade Beach Bonfire. Let's swatch all of these. I'm not even gonna read the description, you guys. I'm pretty sure this is like pretty pigmented. Oh my god, this is a cream. Okay. That's why there's a flap over it. So the one that is shimmery is a cream. Ooh, I love this color. I think Morphe is gonna have done it 10 times better than Sephora. So the first one here is the cream. That is also a cream, I guess. I shouldn't say that's the cream. This one is the like shimmery finish, and that is the matte. And all three of them look great. They're not the same tones though. Like the cream is definitely darker. This one is more peachy, and then that one's more pink. So to me, it's like a trio with 3 different colors. So it's not like you're getting 3 different finishes in the same color. I don't know if I would consider this one a blush, you know? This is more like a highlight. And I don't think that's what they were going for. Multi-finish face trio. I mean, they call it a face trio, but then it says blush trio de blush. There you go. It's getting hotter and I can see my face turning red, so we're gonna move on. All right, I'm gonna go in with a different brush into the cream. I haven't touched my one size in so long, but I'm such a fan of that. But this is like, you know, the same shit because they're obviously copying one size. But this could be like a really affordable alternative because I want to say those blush trios now are like $42 from one size. Okay, these are not as pigmented as the Sephora one, so you've got a lot working for you in this case. You can really just tailor the intensity of it. I mean, it's orange-ish, but it's not as intense. I guess the Sephora one was almost like a little neon. This is nice and it's really smooth on the cheeks. I went in with a fairly light application, but I'm cool. I'm cool with that. But that was what the Sephora one should have been. All right, let's do a different brush and let's go into this shimmery finish and let's just try it. Some of my hairs are like coming out of my Bella Beauté bar. Like, excuse me. Let's try it as a standalone. I don't know if it's gonna have enough pigment. Oh, it does, but it's awfully emphasizing. Ooh, it's a little bit of a whipped texture, whereas the regular cream, it's a lot more balmy. This is more whipped. Yeah. Okay, no, this is again another highlighter. Yeah, that's a straight up highlight. So let's just wipe that off because I'm not actually a fan of that. Whereas the one from one size actually has a decent amount of pigment. I mean, I would still consider it kind of a blush topper. The thing is, it's powder instead of cream. I wouldn't put a cream on top of a powder. I mean, I would. I just honestly, like in application and doing this for a while, I absolutely am finding they don't do it super well. Not a lot of creams are thin enough that show up at all that lay on top of powder really well. Like the Dior highlighters, I can wear that literally on top of anything, but there's just some that don't do it so good. All right, I put a little baby bit of foundation on. Let's go into this matte blush from Morphe. The matte is nice. It's just nice. Why am I cocking my neck? I have this literal... I have the mirror pointed like so far up. Was it up? No, it was down. I'm a little psycho today. Trust me, that's just coffee. That's all it is. No drinks. I had them with lunch, but brunch. We had brunch. This is pretty too. I'm using a really fluffy brush, so I'm getting a really fluffy application. I just went in again, and I think you can deepen it up. I like it. I do. I like blush on my cheeks so much more when I have foundation on. I'm not gonna lie. Like, that totally changes it for me, but I think this is pretty. The foundation is also the thing that keeps my skin like the same freaking tone. This is my favorite. Like this balmy blush, but they're light. Quite extremely light, actually. Anyway, I thought this was pretty, but I hate the cream shimmer. That's just not my thing. I thought I was actually gonna like these more than I do. I don't. One size still does it better. It's just a more refined formula. Definitely a lot easier to use. You know, I think I'm just gonna use the cream on the pink one and like skip the other ones. I'll swatch them for you, but I'm not as excited with either of those. So we'll do the cream. It's really pretty. Okay, I just went and I ate. So we're getting less light is my point here. Now let's make this face less red. Yeah, this foundation is so pretty when it initially goes on. By the way, I just ate a ton and the lip balm is like the color is gone essentially, but it still feels super pillowy on the lips. I still feel like quite moisturized. All right, let's move on to this concealer. I think it's like still new. It's a little bit older of a launch. It's like on their exclusive page. I think it's still new. I don't know. I'm going for it. I got mine in the shade Ivory 3N, which is fair to lay with neutral undertones. Some of these look super pasty in store, and like some of the lighter shades were looking a little yellow. So I don't know, if you're looking for neutral, I would say like go Ivory 3N. What it looked like to me was that there was 4 color correcting shades. This comes in like 24 shades total. They call it the Wake Up Artist Under Eye Correcting Concealer. Like I feel like a lot of them are coming out like that now. So they're not just like launching color corrector shades, they're doing it like all in one and adding them to their line. It's supposed to be a lightweight serum infused wake up concealer that brightens, corrects, and smooths the appearance. Okay. It's supposed to be all day wear. The reason I got it is because it said it was like super lightweight and that it was like serum like, which is really what I like. Usually I can tell by like starting to rub it in. See? It's more of a hydrating consistency, but it's also like a little bit more sheer when you buff it out, which is ultimately what I like. This has hyaluronic acid and glycerin, which my skin usually likes. It has like a radiant appearance to it, but I don't know that it's like radiant. We're gonna do one eye first. This is a really brightening shade for me, like more so than I think I would typically go for. I'm gonna take my dirty little e.l.f. sponge and buff this out. Yeah, very brightening, but I'd say pretty neutral. I try not to do too bright because too bright definitely draws attention to the area, which I don't love on me. I kind of like it the way that it looks when a concealer's like more like the color of the foundation, especially when you have like a hollower under eye. I think that like brings it forward instead of back when it's like a little bit of a deeper color. But I couldn't find a shade that was like perfect for me. As they kept going, they would get like a little bit warm or a little bit too dark. There was missing something in the lighter shades, I have to say. I like the way this looks. I can see it a lot more than I was hoping. Like in my fine lines, I definitely see it like pushed right into the fine lines. I like how hydrating it feels. It's starting to dry down now and it still has like a little bit of glossiness to it. I always have to see how a concealer wears. Like if I think I like it, then I have to test it as to whether or not it sinks in. So this is not necessarily going to be something I can tell instantly. And this is way too bright. It's awfully pigmented and this doe foot applicator is really big, so one dot'll do ya, I say. I need to like kind of push this concealer around because I don't think pushing it in is good. It definitely has like a thickness to it that I don't typically like. I wouldn't say that this is ultra serum-y. Yeah, it's got a thickness about it. Thicker concealers tend to want to creep right into the fine lines. It's not full coverage. Nowhere on Ulta's site does it say the coverage level. It's really brightening and nice and neutral, but again, if it's gonna be brightening, I want it to be immensely lightweight, like watery serum like. All right, personally, I think YSL's been dropping some bangers lately, so I'm excited to try this. This is still listed on Sephora's website. Things stay new longer on Sephora's website. Wow, my shade's already totally sold out. This is 65 bucks, so it's really pricey, and it only comes in 3 shades. You get translucent, you get a fair to medium, which is like a yellow base, and then a medium deep, which is a brown. So not a huge shade range. It's supposed to be an ultra soft blurring and setting loose face powder that controls shine and locks in makeup for a soft focus finish for up to 15 hours. It is supposed to be sheer and matte. It's only got 7 reviews so far. All hours hyper blur loose setting powder. You know, I had this in my like loves list, but I was like 65 bucks for a powder. Then on the very last day of the Sephora sale, I was like, all right, well I can get it for 20% off. So if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it now. Has the soft cushion packaging. YSL does not disappoint when it comes to packaging. Oh, by the way, I got mine in the shade like translucent because that white shade just looked too much. Comes with this little puffy. These puffies are just so freaking cheap feeling. I mean, this one's thick, but I don't know, they just feel super cheap. You get the YSL sticker on the inside, so let's take this off. Yeah, that yellow shade looked way too yellow. So I feel like this better be sheer or I'm gonna be pissed. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, the base looks decent, but the concealer's like tacky. So we better set fast. It's like little holes. Okay, so let's use this puff, shall we? It never picks up enough for me. Oh, I absolutely hate this puff. Oh, it's so bright. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Look at it. I don't smell anything. Oh, it's really, really pretty. Oh man, that is lightweight and that is super blurring. Super blurring. Oh my gosh, it's so soft. This little puff is amazingly soft. Let's do the nose. I mean, this is gonna lighten your complexion though. Boy, this is not sheer, you know? You know what I mean? Jelly bean. It is like, it's quite loose. I mean, not loose, finely milled. Oh, I just got it in my brows. So therefore, it kind of gets like everywhere, okay? But it's still good, you know? It's like straight up baking powder, you know, when you open the bag and it's like, whoosh. That's what this is like. So I like that. I really like a light powder. All right, initial thoughts here. It's quite messy because it's really finely milled. Beautiful packaging, not super sheer, quite bright. Again, I think my complexion just got like one shade lighter. Oh, I forgot to put the puffy back in. I think that it's immensely blurring. Feels really good on the face. There's no fragrance here, which I just can't stand, like luxury fragrance sometimes. Although YSL smells are really good. This packaging is like matte on the side. It's going to get filthy. Filthy. Yeah, that's not ever coming off ever. I put on quite a lot of powder, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. You know, this could like get super dry. You never know. But right now I have zero pores. Zero. There's zero pores happening on my face, which is fantabulous. But I'm like two different tones, you know? If you want to brighten with that powder, I feel like you gotta just center it where you want. But I use powders not for brightening, because I'm lazy. The powders that I will use will be all over face powders. I can't switch. I can't jump between powders. I feel like there's so many steps in my makeup routine already that it's like an awful lot for me. So I prefer a powder that's a color that I can just add all over the face. I feel like in this case though, it's gonna take your foundation and make it lighter because it's not super sheer. That's a lot of words, but that's it. And now I have powder all over me. Let's go to the second most expensive thing on today's docket. It's the Laura Mercier Bronze Color Infusion. My husband today, because this is the most expensive thing that I bought at Ulta, he pulled this one out of the bag when he was like trying to guess like how much I had spent. He pulled this out and he was like, ooh, this one looks expensive. And I'm like, what makes it look expensive like versus the other packaging? And it must just be something about its like sleekness, you know, it's just kind of like simple, whereas like Morphe has like straight up photos. I don't know, to him that seemed cheaper. All right, these come in 4 different shades. I ended up getting 20, which is nice because it's a light rosy bronze, medium caramel bronze, deep bronze neutral, and very deep red bronze. I mean, I like that. If it comes to a bronzer, I want it to be red, not orange. These are talc-free matte and luminous duos, so one side is matte and one side is luminous. It's supposed to be soft warmth, radiance, definition in one step for a healthy looking glow. Pigment and pearl infusion. Neutral, warm, and rosy pearl tones mimic natural undertones of sun-kissed skin. Like it. It does have silica, so it creates a blurred and infused appearance on the skin. All good, all good. Light coverage. It does have like a shimmery finish. It retails for $40. Did I need another $40 bronzer? Absolutely not. I'm like wondering if we're gonna get like all this packaging from Laura Mercier moving forward, like the LM, where it was just usually like the little Laura Mercier at the bottom and then nothing. Take a looky low. Sculpt and glow. Sculpt and glow. I'll swatch these individually, but I'm most definitely putting these together and blending them on my cheeks together. Ooh, oh. That's gonna be so pretty. All right, you can see which one's matte and what's shimmer. I like that this one is a lighter peachy tone. It's really pretty. And then this is pretty neutral. To be honest, like on camera, it looks quite warm, but in person, it looks a lot more neutral. I don't know what that's about, but that's the way that goes, huh? All right, I will be swirling these both together. Woo, there's a lot of kickback there. And I'm gonna be just swooshing onto the cheek. Pretty, pretty, pretty. I like it. I like it. Simple. I'm doing that thing again where the mirror is like pointing upward. Oh, simple, perfect, not too pigmented, easy to blend. It is a bronzer and not a contour, even though they call one side sculpt. I don't know. I still think the sculpt side has, I mean, you guys saw it back on camera. Like, I still think it's a little bit warm. There's quite a bit of powderiness to this though. I'm gonna go heavy on the forehead. Give it to me, give it to me, give it to me now. All right, let's make sure we go into the hairline. All my little freaking broken hairs just wanna fly away every time I do this. Okay, it's not glittery, but I can definitely see the glow. If you like a fully matte bronzer, I mean, I wouldn't spend $40 to get myself one matte side. This is really nice to like swirl together. You know, I would say there are others on the market that do something similar. The one that comes to my mind though is discontinued. It would be like the L'Oreal. I can't remember what it's called, but anyway, the other one would be Flower Beauty is kind of similar to this. It has that like little bit of glow, but it's pretty damn neutral. And it's also a marbled bronzer, so you're already kind of getting like the effect. Look, this line is still legit there. Hell in a handbasket. Okay, so yeah, I think the Flower Beauty, you can get something similar. I mean, Laura Mercier comes out with some delicious powder cheek products, so I don't think you'll be disappointed. You know, I get these things not because it's like the only thing that I have in my whole entire collection that's like this, but more along the lines of like, I have multiple formulas that I really, really enjoy. So I don't know. You know, there's no glitter here. I just think if you had this and the shade was flattering for you, damn good powder cheek formula. I don't know where I'm going with all of that, but yeah, I really think that that's pretty special and really pretty, and quite a flattering tone for my skin personally. You know, just that little bit of rosiness. Like, I think it just warmed me up quite nicely. Like, I could even see it getting a little bit on my nose, and just, yeah, there we go. Let's go to the pink Morphe in Blind Date. That's the shade here. Let me do a swatcheroonie for you. I hate this freaking cream. I don't like it at all. Here's my swatches. This is the cream, this is the shimmer cream, and then this one's the powder. The shimmer cream on this one might be better, but it's so thick. It's really like a whipped texture. I don't know, you guys. It's not my jam. So we're just gonna do cream, okay? You saw how the other ones looked. Not super pigmented, so I feel okay. Going in with a dense brush here. I just hope it blends out nicely. Going all the way to the hair. Like, do you guys apply your blush like all the way back? Like, I want it, you know, if I could just like blush my whole face, I might do it. In the like springtime, I tend to take my blush a little higher. And I don't know why, but for fall, I tend to do warmer blushes and I bring them lower. I don't know what the deal is. Look how freaking pretty that one is. That's really nice. I like how not emphasizing this is, but that also it's got that dewiness. Like, it's a really interesting balm. Like, not too pigmented, but it's showing up, but looks really smooth on the cheeks. I wish they would just sell this like this, because they're like dewy balm. It's awfully emphasizing of texture. This is a much nicer formula individually like this than their euphoric blushes. I mean, in my personal opinion, like, look how nice and buildable that is, and quite airbrush looking, I think. Oops. I'm patting too hard and it's starting to disturb the foundation underneath. So far, it was not doing that. Oh, yeah, it's messing with this powder. Okay, don't press hard. It's not a great product to lay on top of powder. Am I over applying? I feel like I just keep going. I can't stop with the blush. Let's have a second to talk about the concealer. I don't like it. I don't like it, you guys. It's definitely looking hecka dry under the under eyes, and something that I probably would test. I mean, you know, I'm laying a concealer for the first time that I've never tried with a powder that I've never tried. I can't always gauge, you know, if that's what it's gonna be like. So I will give you updates, but even before I put the powder on, I wasn't digging like how bright it was and how thick it felt. Even though it looked nice and radiant when I first swatched it, oh, it's given lines emphasization. All right, let's go into this delicious highlighter that this guy talked me into getting. Tickle. Have you guys tried Tickle? Oh, I swatched it and I was like, how do you know me? How do you know me, guy? Look at that. It's like a fiery pink purple. Stop it right now. And then he proceeded to tell me he could sell ice to Eskimos. And then my husband said, can you sell a pregnancy test to a single man? All right, let's pat this bitch on. I'm sorry, Benefit. I didn't know this color existed. I don't know why he like followed me too. He's like, oh, now that you're over here, let me show you this highlighter I think you'll like. What do you mean you think I'll like? Get out of here. Lip products, that's where we're at right now. Smashbox Halo. I'll just pop up the colors and the price on these. I do know that these have like a tingly plump. They are called the Plump and Glow Gloss. Have a tingly sensation. They're cooling. They're very good. They're not like overly plump. Look at this bright ass shade that I got. This one is an Aura. This is the brightest one that they sell. Mama, like when a gloss is hot ass pink, I don't know what it is. A semi-sheer bright pink for me, 100% gives me life. That's how I feel. So I've noticed that about myself, like a semi-sheer, actually a high pigmented gloss for me is my personal preference. So anyway, there's that swatched. Now these two I already have, you guys know. They're still like new releases. I got Rose Ember in the Gloss Balm Oil. The Gloss Balm Oil, I have one shade and I have a deep like burgundy shade, which I saw you guys actually like quite enjoy because a couple of you clicked my links. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna have all my links in the description box. If you guys do click one of those links to purchase something because you're interested in it, it 100% helps my channel. Thank you very much. The one that I got, it was so pigmented and so juicy. So I ended up getting this one. Like, why? I'm not even sure. Look at the sparkles before I like move on. The sparkles in that Fenty one are so fine. They're just not gritty. We might end with this one because I got this straight up a berry color liner. Anyway, let me throw this one on. I have already tried this. I'm telling you guys, if you're fair skinned and for summer, or like spring rather, a semi-sheer hot pink, life. I think it's my skin tone and that I have a cooler undertone. I'm pretty sure. Juicy hot pink is really nice. Anyway, this feels like super nourishing. It's really slick, but it's thick, but it's not like goopy. What's the one that was kind of goopy? The Pillow Balm's really good, you guys, but it has a little bit of stickiness to it, where this one, it didn't feel sticky at all. Okay, let's keep swatching. The High Shimmer Gloss Stick. I got another one of these and I got See You in Miami. Now I went to the store and I swatched these, and to be honest, I was not imagining myself getting the orange one because I have two already. But then I swatched it and I was like, it's like a tangerine orange, because I hate orange on me, by the way. I was like, this might actually look good. Anyway, this is my third one. I'm gonna end up getting them all. That's how much I like them. Okay, and then this one, the Blurring Gloss Balm from Basma in the shade Mauve. I don't know much about this. I'll pop up the details and the number of colors, but I like Basma. But I had to get this online because of course I don't sell this in the store. Ooh, I like that doe foot. See that doe foot? Nice and thin. But this is a liquid balm, but it's supposed to be pretty pigmented, which, guys, I love a high shine pigment, okay? I can't. It might not be your cup of tea, but high shine pigment, it prevents me having to put like 2 different lip products on. Well, I mean, besides liner, but like, you know, like a pigment underneath with a clear gloss on top. We're getting thick. We getting goopy. The last thing I tried from Smashbox was the Always On foundation. I don't buy a lot of Smashbox. Maybe I'll do the Mauve Basma with the lip liner. So let's put on See You in Miami. Stop. I could wear every freaking shade of these. I meant to get the purple one. Then I swatched them and I was like, wait a minute. This is gonna be the coral one of my dreams. Because even though I hate orange because they tend to wash out my face, coral I think are often like really flattering on me for like a bright spring look. I can't. These glosses are amazing, okay? The sparkle is there. They're the only balm that I have that has like sparkle. Now I have some glosses that have good sparkle, some glosses that are super gritty. I would not call these like intensely gritty, and they're not sticky, but they're thick. You know, this is not a super slick formula. These have good lasting power, and more so than the gloss balm without the shimmer stick. And I want to say I have 2 shades of those because I really liked it, but I really like a glittery lip more than not. I've just been over here wanting glittery lips for years. All right, we're going into Rose Amber next. The oil, yeah, also glittery too, like super cool tone, nice glitter. You know, can you see that? Did I hold it long enough? Yes, there we go. These are gorgeous. I'm sorry. I purport every shade is necessary. Tell me that would not look good with a deep liner. Okay. This one is more sheer than my other one, which I keep trying to find, but it is in the closet. I would say a similar shade kind of came out with the e.l.f. melting lip balms. You know, that was like this brownie, because I don't usually get brownie colors like this. And it was so patchy. This is really sheer, much more sheer than my other one. So like you can see some color underneath. So I would say with this, liner, it would be great with a liner. Not as pigmented as the other one. Not even as pigmented as I like. This is a time and a place, but I'm really interested to know why I got this color and not one that I don't know, probably would have normally gotten. I don't think this is necessarily the most flattering thing on me ever. All right, please hold while I struggle to take off the Sephora packaging. I have never been able to figure out how to get the perforated edge to tear the appropriate way. I hate Sephora's packaging when they do this shit. Am I gonna actually get it in one full swoop? Usually these snap on me. I got it. Ta-da! That was fast. Okay. These are transfer proof liners, 8-hour, colorful. I'll pop up on how many shades they have. Oh my gosh, this is creamy though. Okay, let it dry before I rub it in. Let's go. Oh, these aren't retractable, by the way. These are sharpenable kinds, which I don't really love. If you're gonna give me a sharpenable one, I much prefer it be wooden. By the way, I'm the laziest lip liner applicator ever. All right, these are tugging. It's creamy, but it's tugging. Oh, whoo. You see this? Let me see if I can. Oh, all my might. Okay, these don't like blend super easy. easily rather. Okay, you're not gonna get these to like blend quite well. These are tugging. They are transfer proof, but they're tugging. And they're not creamy enough that if you make a mess, you're gonna be able to move it. Be careful. Did I tell you I'm the laziest at lip liners? I've been trying to wear them more recently because I like the way they look, but I'm quite literally the most impatient when it comes to lip liners. Like I can do eyeshadow for an hour straight, but as far as lip liners, I don't want it to take too long. Okay, these aren't going anywhere. Okay, I look like that chick from Shrek, so let's get this balm on. I love this plushy ass doe foot applicator. All right, this mauve is warm. Ooh, that's a liquid balm for you. I love this packaging too, by the way, Basma. I'm really excited to try more from the brand. Should more come out. I've got like empty boxes everywhere. Hopefully this lip combo doesn't look crazy, but this is an awfully warm toned, what do they call this? Mauve, just straight up mauve. I do love though that it's like really pigmented and it's truly a high shine formula. All right, you guys, we're done. We're done with everything. We went from daytime to nighttime. It's like fully dark outside. You can see my lights and the freaking reflection. Let's talk about everything. I do like this. I would get other shades. Again, my personal preference is something that's super high shine, but really, really pigmented that lasts a good amount of time. You know, it's not gonna like slip off immediately. So this kind of checks those boxes for me. I don't love this like combo together, and it's an awfully dramatic lip with that berry. You heard me talk about these. These are not for blending and smoking, and they don't even have one of those blendy smoky things on the end. This isn't retractable, but this is no budge. No bullshit. Concealer was not my favorite. It's awfully brightening and it's emphasizing the lines slightly, okay? It's not terrible. There's a lot of people who might like this, but I am not tolerant when it comes to concealers. And because I have hollow under eyes, because like my lines going on, I don't personally like a lot of concealer under my under eyes. I'm very, very picky. There's so many on the market that people love that I can't take. I want something that's immensely thin. Anything thick I don't feel like looks good. I don't know how this is gonna perform without the powder, but I don't think I'm gonna love it. I'm gonna keep testing it, but initially it's not one of my favorites. This powder is fabulous. It's super, super lightweight and blurring, and it really is a good powder. This is baking powder at its finest, but this isn't sheer. So this brightening shade is brightening. So if you didn't want to brighten your whole damn face, I might go for the other shade, but unfortunately I think that's like too yellow for my particular skin tone. So I don't know, I'd like to see him expand the shade range if this does pretty well. And also, could you make sure the packaging is like more full than this? YSL, $65. Laura Mercier is fabulous. You guys heard me say there are other alternatives on the market that are also really good. Like the Flower Beauty one is pretty comparable to this, I would say, in terms of formula and color. And this was pretty, not my favorite color, which is upsetting because the Gloss Balm Oil in the other shade that I have, which is like the magenta shade or whatever, is fabulous, and it's one of my favorite like gloss lip oil combos in my collection. Sephora collection, you can get the brighter shade. The brightest shade is really beautiful in Morning Blaze. Pink Sunset though is a full-on highlighter. The Halo, the Smashbox, I mean these only come in like 6 different shades, but this Aura one was so freaking pretty. I really like a hot pink gloss, and I think that this one has a really nice formula to it. So enjoy. Get every one of these shimmer ones, and I don't think you'll be disappointed at all. I'm telling you right now. I'm trying to take it back. There's still more to go here. The Tickle from Benefit. If you like that kind of gold highlighter, I think this is really good, like pink gold, which I do. It'll be really nice. The Pillow Balms are good. I've heard people talk about these as being really good, but this is kind of a thicker, kind of stickier formula. You guys saw it was a little bit goopy initially, but you guys know Blue Sparkles? If you've ever heard me talk about my Marc Jacobs one that I absolutely loved and was trying to find a dupe for, I went for a lot of ones that were like blue like this to try and replicate what I had. This is really pretty, and I do like how cushiony it feels, but I think it can be a little bit thick initially. This is an ice crystal, by the way, if I didn't mention that. These ones, I actually don't enjoy them completely. I only really enjoy that cream. The cream is fabulous. I wish they were sold individually. This Sephora one, run away, not towards, away, all the way. Let's go to our first product. Holy shit. shit. I mean, they're gonna be transfer proof, right? They're like fully dry, they're not transferring. So if you like sparkle and you don't like, you know, an indie sparkly shadow that falls throughout the day, which they tend to do, I don't think that's gonna happen with these, but I'm interested to see what the frick we're supposed to do once the product gets so low, the brush isn't gonna, like, look at the brush. It only goes to there, right? Guys, see what I'm seeing here? So what happens when you've used the product to here? Do they make a doe foot, or are you just supposed to get your own doe foot? Were they thinking all the way? It doesn't make sense to me. Anyway, they're too similar to Care. The lighter one that looks super orange and beautiful is less impactful than Space Cowboy Intense, which is pretty, but I'd rather stick with the Moon Dust. I spent $52. Yeah, I spent $52. And that's all I got, guys, with my octopus straw. That was a lot. This was a super long video, I'm sure you guys. I'm literally only filming on the weekends now because I am working 2 different jobs. The point is, I don't have an awful lot of time. So I feel like I'm talking quite a bit in these videos, but I hope you enjoy. And if you guys aren't currently subscribed, I would love to see you subscribe. You guys, I'm out of here. I'll catch you all in my next video, or hopefully I do. Bye, guys.